Well, hello, hello, hello. Listen, do you have just a zest to learn about how your money and your mindset connect? Well, listen, we have someone very, very special who is coming to share some juicy, juicy nuggets, some tidbits, some just some great ideas, some things for you to work with as you get your mindset for this new year to jump off and get your life started on a new road and know that everything connected to your money probably has something to do with your mindset. So we'll be right back in just a second. Well, hello, hello, hello. This is Ayanna Smith, and welcome to Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. I am your host, your financial professional, life insurance broker, and I am here to, of course, I help people make and save money. You know that, but also we want to make sure that we're not only saving money, but understand maybe why we're not saving enough, maybe why enough isn't coming to us, and all of those things. We are excited just to get the information out to you. Now, before we get started, I do want to say, ladies, or anyone who's listening, know if you know a lady in finance, I am looking for authors for an anthology, co-authors, people may say, to share their expertise in the mode and the realm of finance, whether you're a CPA, credit repair specialist, insurance broker, and the like. Just make sure that you connect with me if you have a story to tell, if you can share with people how you got into the space of finance, and also share some nuggets that will help people to move forward. So similar to a little handbook to give people some ideas and some things to push them forward. Because wouldn't you agree, we all need knowledge. And then of course, once we get the knowledge, we need to apply it so that it can grow. Just like we say, we want to earn, grow, save, and repeat. So make sure that, let's say, that is coming soon. And we want to make sure that if there's an author out there, that you get your intellectual property put pen to paper, because no one can take that away from you. All right. Well, with that public service announcement, we are now getting into our show this evening, and we're so excited to have, I say, the money and mindset coach. She's just look, she's a superstar in her own right. If you look anywhere on social media, you will see her talking, sharing, helping women across the nation to build their mindset, their money, their growth. They say grow themselves personally, management, all that, get themselves together so that they can elevate and save and help other people. I mean, from home ownership to finances to insurance, she's been in every gamut and really building her empire in that arena while helping others as she's going along. Now I know she's going to get me for all of this, but anyway, it doesn't matter because those things are true and you can look her up yourself. So I am going to bring the money and mindset coach, Miss Lacrisha, Thomas is coming to the stage out of our virtual green room, all the way from the Queen City in North Carolina, which happens to be my home state. So, without further ado, we're bringing her to the stage now. Hi, Miss Thomas. How are you?
Hello, hello, everyone. That was amazing right there. I was like, wait a minute, that was amazing. That definitely gave me a piece of gratitude right there. Like, whoa, who is this person?
It is you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for having me tonight. I'm super excited. This is my favorite things to do. Even though it's 9 o'clock, it's late. I'm going to still be pumped because I'm always pumped with this conversation. It's really near and
Absolutely.
dear to my heart.
Absolutely. Well, we are so glad that you are here and sharing a few moments on Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And of course, we're out here. I met you through social media. So social media really does work. You know, you were shining through there in that space, talking about insurances and money and all of that. And that is what we are all about. We're out about empowering and helping other women. And of course, men are going to come along for the ride because, hey,
Right.
we need each other, but we have a niche. Let's say I know you have a heart for women, so just talk a little bit about that and let everybody know who you are and what you do and how you got into the space that you're in.
So, hello, everyone. My name is Lacrisha Thomas. I ended up in finance by default, like a lot of other people. Just starting my entrepreneurship journey. I literally, 11 years ago, started selling cupcakes. I had this thing like I love to bake. I had came out of medical school, so I worked at Lincoln Hall Hospital. I'm from Philly, lived in West Philly area, had a great job, was making good money. I had lost my godmom, and it was a lot of things going on in my life. I just was trying to find no cap income, I would say. Healthcare was cool. It was the thing to do.
Mhm.
After high school, like I had to find something to do. It was cool. It served a purpose. I learned a lot. I met a lot of awesome, phenomenal women. School was really, really amazing. But I came to learn that the office environment, cubicles, that type of vibe wasn't me. So yeah, like I was literally making good money, had a 9 to 5, and on my spare time, nights and weekends with the son who was playing basketball, I was like spending all of my time late nights baking. I wanted this. I made cupcakes and I sold them. I started this business called Couture Cupcakes, literally by just selling cupcakes to people I knew.
Wow.
Um, Out in the community, out the trunk of my car. Then it ended up to festivals, community events, New York Fashion Week, Brooklyn, all these places. And then I started coming to Charlotte visiting. And then that's when I was like, this is it. Yeah, so I've been in Charlotte since 2013. So literally, like, it's still people, still women that support me, and like clients became friends, like from buying cakes from me when I first moved here. And
Wow.
now I'm like finance. People like, how do you go from baking to finance? That's the transparent part of the conversation, right?
Right.
Um, because I had my rock bottom year. That's how I ended up in finance. I had my rock bottom year 2015. So coming from the city, it was cool, everything was going, and life started happening.
Mm-hmm.
Had all these plans, and the money wasn't as much as it was. Like I'm a city girl now. I'm in the South. Things are a little slower. It's not really go 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 like I'm used to. And life just started taking life. So I had my rock bottom year 2015. Never experienced nothing like it before. It was really really hard. It was depressing. Um, and I was afraid to tell my parents, didn't tell my family and friends, nobody, because I was afraid everybody was going to be like, "Come back home, what you want to go there for anyway?" So
Mm-hmm.
I did it the hard way. I don't recommend anyone do this, but I did it the hard way, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going. Um, my credit repair company is really near and dear to me as well, because in my rock bottom 2015, I experienced a repossession. Had no clue what it was. We didn't have car notes in the city. Like, we just bought cars and drove them. So I started experiencing a lot of new things coming to a different city, 500 miles away from home. And I had to figure it out. And I had to take a step back, and I had to like say what is really going on, right? Because it's like, okay, you have money, you paying your bills, but it's something else going on. So 2017, that's when I sat with a financial professional, when I
Mm-hmm.
was introduced to life insurance. And I never forget that it was literally like tears, going through my own personal budget, income versus expenses. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? What is going on? But I never knew how to reflect like that. Being a city girl, we just know how to get things done. I won't even say a city girl. That's just women. That's just what we know how to do, right?
Right. Like survivors, right?
I know how to hustle, right? It's definitely a survivor's mindset, what I was living in. And I came to know that I was like, okay, I got my son. This is all on me. And at this point, it's deeper than the money. So it was like, what is it that's going on with me? So I had to sit back. I started back going to therapy, which I've been in and out since high school, but I started really taking more serious and going back. And I was like, I got to work on me. It
Mm-hmm.
was a lot of mindset things that held me back from growing in a new city. Because even though everybody knew me, I was well known. Everybody knew Couture Cupcakes. Like literally, I'll run into somebody today and they'll be like Couture Cupcakes. They know me for like, but they also know like I'm the go-to person finance, right? And
Right.
when I came in this city, that's how I made my mark, and that's how everybody knew me. But it's so crazy because it's a lot of opportunities, a lot of relationships, a lot of situations that could have went different. Even my divorce, with me, if I would have had a change in mindset prior,
Mm.
but I didn't, and I was struggling with really facing my truth. Really learning and figuring out who I was, and we all go through that. And I love to talk about this because we don't. A lot of women are not comfortable talking about this, right?
Right. Exactly.
All we know how to do is to get up, make money, pay our bills, take care of children, make sure your husband is good, help everybody out there, call your phone, you're the go-to person.
Right.
We never could sit down with self. And I had a lot of things I had to work on. So going back to therapy and really, I call it blocking out the noise from life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what
That's
I call
good.
it.
That's good.
I built so much discipline at this time in my life from 2015 to 2017. And still every single day, that's the reason that I live so structured and so disciplined the way I do, because I built so much muscle creating this woman, creating this new me. Like like we can create a new,
Yeah.
like we can, like we don't have to stay the same, but it's a lot of work. It's
Yes.
a lot
Yeah.
of work. It's dark places that people fear to go. But I knew that if I didn't do that, I could not be a better woman for me, for my son. How can I grow? They say it like that, evolving, that becoming, like how you can't reach a next level in your life until you know what's going on right now.
Correct. Exactly.
So
It,
now I'm like, that was back then. So
uh-huh.
now I'm on this next level. Like I'm
What's next?
I'm almost 40. I have one 18-year-old that doesn't live home. I'm single. I have so much freedom. I love what I do. I'm very blessed and grateful, but I'm still learning me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm still every single day. Self development is huge for me because I've learned this. the more that I self develop, the easier life becomes, and it becomes so peaceful. Nothing is forced, and everything, and you're okay with everything just being the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, but it's really hard to explain to people, right? Because now I feel like, okay, this is the next level to it. You got past that level years ago, and then it got you to this place, right? So now this next level that I'm going to reach, because I'm speaking it, right? I still have more work to do. So we
Right.
always still have work, but people don't know how to take when I say money is easy to make.
Right.
And I say that because it is. It's keeping the money and multiplying the money that
Right.
where the lines get crossed. It's easy to make money. I'm no
Right.
longer chasing money. I don't live a hustle and bustle lifestyle, and I will not exchange that lifestyle with anyone. I don't want it anymore.
Right. Because now I would say your mantra, you say, you don't chase money, you want to make an impact. And I like that,
We do not chase money,
hmm
focus on impact.
right. So
And
you focus
it took me a long time for that because all I knew was to chase the money, the money,
hmm
the money, the money, the money. I got to do this. I got to do that. Right. Which is a lot of women. Like, we just know we have all these responsibilities. Like, nobody don't got time for that, girl. I got to pay these bills.
right.
But I'm telling you, it's like, I really don't even know how to explain it. Mindset is so super important, guys, because the more we work on self, and the more we work on that inner and really know who we are and what we want and where we're going, um and we start to really comfortably live our truth, and we know what we're capable of, right? I know I'm doing the work every day, but I'm not chasing, right?
hmm
I'm going to focus on making sure these clients get results, making sure my customer sales, are phenomenal, their experience, whatever the case may be.
hmm
You start the more you develop a strong level of mindset and maturity, you can then understand that money is energy.
hmm
I,
right.
I strongly believe that, and it's crazy that I'm saying that now, all of these years. When I was being taught it so many years ago, it's something I had to grow to learn as well. So it's really hard for people to understand it, especially when you're in a point in your life where you're financially struggling.
Right.
You can't grasp your mind around it, because personally, I couldn't. I'm like, what are you talking about? Right?
Right. Yeah.
I'm just being real. So
hmm
if being in a certain place in your life, and that's why I say this too, we think that a lot of times the money be the issue, but I will say from personal experience, because I'm always going to relate everything to me, because I'm a person that's big on accountability, right? Everything's my fault. We have to say that everything is our fault, right? We have to be able to wear our big girl panties and say everything is my fault. This happened, it's my fault. I'm very big on accountability. So
hmm
I have to comfortably live in my truth to say, hey, this is who I was, this is where I come from, but this is not where I'm going.
Right. So let me ask you this: when you got had your big epiphany, because of course it's over a year, some years of transitioning, and you talking about, you were married, divorced, have a son. You still that's it's still a fairly young lady. So it's like with that, what was I would say, what would could you give like three main things that help you shift with your mindset as it relates to money? What of course is going to probably parallel what you saw about yourself, and then where you were able to say, now I have a breakthrough and some aha moments with my money to get you to where you are now, where I am finance, because that's your, that's who you are now. You say, I am finance, and that's your handle even on social media.
Right.
When you're talking about where did you get past your break. So now I've broken some of those things off of me. So now I can help other people. So what were three main things you could kind of share that happened and got your mindset moving toward your money management journey?
I would say the first thing was mastering budgeting. I had to learned that's why I created the mindset and money planner, but I'll get back to that. The
Yeah, talk
first
about that. It's
the
beautiful.
first thing was mastering the basics.
Mm-hmm.
We shy away from the basics. Once I mastered budgeting, knowing from front to back and understanding my income versus expenses at that moment in my life, I had to start to get comfortable doing it at first. It wasn't something I was used to doing, and I definitely didn't want to be in front of it when my account keeps saying zero. It's super frustrating and it's depressing. But I had to do it. And
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that I pushed myself to do it. It's mental strength because the more you keep seeing them zeros, that should make you want to step your game up. I gotta make some more money. This ain't it.
Right. It's,
I
it's,
had
it's not it.
the basic thing I had to do was once I mastered that budgeting, I'm like, okay, I can this is, this might be, I can work with this. Things is
Mm-hmm.
starting to look a little good. Okay, because now I've gotten myself out of that hole, right?
Right. Right.
So now, once we get out of that hole, once I got out of the hole, I had to push even more discipline because now I'm like, okay, I got to do something else to make some more income. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to just live like this. Like, this is okay. But now I got to make some more money. Now I have the discipline necessary to make more money. Now I know what to do when I make more money because I then mastered the budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't never fall short in that hole again. So I added another stream of income. I think back then that's when I met Sunshine Anderson. We was doing total life changes. I was in multi-level marketing. I was doing that on the side. We was making thousands of dollars on the weekends, doing home parties with total life changes. Um, I did
And,
that as another stream.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
And now it was looking different because I had learned about how to make the money work for me.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I done after that, that's when I was like, okay, now I gotta say which one of these, what stream of income really fuels my household,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So you got to name it, figure out which because we do a lot of things, but
Yep.
everything is not going to work. So which one is out of passion that we can make that connection, right? Okay.
Right.
Good.
Because a lot of from coaching for so many years, I've come to know that it's always the thing that doesn't really make the most money that women want to do and get out there and do. They want
Right.
to invest whatever they have in it because they just love this thing so much. But the reality of it is, it doesn't bring no money. So sometimes we have to put that one thing you really love on a back burner and do the hard work of what you really don't want to do for the
Mhm.
moment because it's what's bringing the money in, right? But
Right.
it's all about strategy because we're not going to stay in a place of doing what we don't love.
Mhm.
We're disciplined. We know how to manage money and multiply money. So as we're doing the hard work of what we really don't want to do, we're going to use that money and we're going to flip it into what we really love to do.
Right. 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 And even layered on that, uh, then you get in different spaces and you start hearing people that make more money and higher income earners, and then they know some things that they've done that they're putting their money in, and you look at yourself and say, well, how can I split off a little bit of that money that I'm making to put over into some investment things and start out and build up, not put whole hog and then you're losing everything, because sometimes there are risks in everything that we do. But like you said, yeah, finding out what you like to do, what you need to do, and grow your money from there. Okay, so sounds good. All right.
I would say, the little bit, I wanted to say this really quick.
Mm-hmm.
My coach always say this as well. We're living in a microwave society.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants everything really quick right now, right? Of course, it's a lot of things that I could give game on and I can give 1,000 plays I know off the top of my mind of how you can go and make some money really quick, right? But it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter if I give you the play if you don't know how to multiply the bag.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not really teaching you anything, you're going to end up right back where you was.
Yeah, and
So
worse off sometimes because you've made a lot more, and so then you put yourself in a deeper hole because as much as you've made upward, you then spiral downward that much in the sub basement.
that's
Yeah.
true. It's I would love to say, um, a lot of women who I meet as well maybe have been through my coaching program, or even women I've met or just know. And I know this was a part of my problem some time ago as well. What we try to do is um, shy away from the work, right? We don't want to do the things that's not comfortable for us, right?
Hmm.
Especially not these type of conversations, right? So
Right.
we love to stay in those places where we're okay, but you don't have to be okay with bare minimum.
Right.
In life, the bills are going to get paid. We're going to work. We're going to do all these things because that's just what we do, right? But what else are we going to do outside of the norm,
Hmm.
right? Typically, people work 8 to 10, 12, 15 hours a day. Okay, that's work. You do that to pay the bills. You already know the bills going to get paid. It happens every time. What else or can you get done in 24 hours for yourself outside of the norm?
Right. That
The
right.
goal is
Right.
not the goal is not to work and pay bills and transition. That's not the goal, right?
No.
Somewhere along there, we got to live life, right?
Live life,
But
and when
we
you say and make the impact, you talked about make the impact along the way.
But we can't really genuinely live life and really get to this place of peace and freedom if we're not willing to face our truth. It doesn't matter how much money you have,
Yeah.
right? You guys see these celebrities,
Right.
all these multimillionaires over the news and all these things with, some had legacies and some didn't, but they weren't the most happiest people.
Right, right. You have to enjoy the journey as you go, and the money, like you said, to feel should feel the impact that you are making. So dually, if you agree, as you do the work on yourself, then you are uncovering the goals and the dreams that you have, and then as you make the money, you can set that money to fuel those things
I definitely
and have fulfillment, and not like you said, make money, pay bills, pass away, or make lots of money and still be unfulfilled, and there you still live a kind of blah life with a whole bunch of money, and you didn't really fuel your soul, your passions, or help anybody else. And look, while we're kind of running by, we have people on YouTube. I tell you what, we got some listeners. YouTube, my coach, Charvette. Hey girl, hey, she's out there listening and looking. And then we have some people all over on Facebook as well. And I know we have a few viewers on LinkedIn as well. But can you so you did all the work and you're doing the work. You've done the work to get you to where you are now, because like I said, it's I am finance. Say your whole handle on IG, because that's how I connected with you.
Yeah, so you guys can find me on Instagram at I am finance Muslima. So that's IAM, the word finance, and then Muslima Muslimah. I am finance Muslima.
Right. And he talks and says great things. I mean, it's some wonderful things. But look, before we go, you have to talk about your journal as well. I mean, if you have another nugget or two to close out your like your journey to where you are now, share that. But then of course I want you to share about your journal because it is beautiful. I have a copy. When you put it out, I was like, well, let me jump in and see what's going on, because
Yeah,
you need to see things right there. Like you said, it fits right into your purse,
thank
and in your purse, or men, your portfolio, because we want men to get it too. We are not biased, okay?
you.
I say, hey, look, hey to one of my agency partners, Artemis is on this evening as well. Hello, hello. So, all right, back to you.
So one thing, okay, so I want to give you all this really quick thing to do, right? I want to give you a challenge to do. We stare at the top of January, we're at the
Hmm.
top of 2023. So I know in order to gain a sense of inspiration or feel some type of momentum or to feel some type of motivation or encouragement, right? And I'm talking about for self. I'm not talking about the momentum you get when you go to events and all these things and you're with people. That leaves when you leave the building. I'm
Mm.
saying I want to teach you guys what to do and how to instill some momentum in yourself every single day when you wake up in the morning and look at yourself, whether you feel like it or you don't. I want to give y'all small tips that will help you because I know that a lot of women really love what they do, but sometimes they go off track. We get back on, dragging their feet this month. Oh, I'm gonna start back on it by the middle of the year, and just really don't have that What you have to do is you have to do something to get a tiny result. Once you do something to get a tiny result, it's like a natural adrenaline in our brain where it gives us a sense of confidence. Once you experience that piece, tiny piece of sense of confidence, you're going to want to do it again. So
Mhm.
if the thing is, and you have tricks in your mind, I'm going to start a no spending diet. We may need to start this around tax time. See how much money we can save, right? In the 30.
Yeah.
Say to yourself, if your goal is to save $1,000 a month, and you be like, oh no, I can't. Start off small. Can you start off small? But hold up, I can't even teach you the play of what to do with the money once you save it because I first got to get you to build the discipline on the saving first, and then
Right.
I can teach you some plays on how to flip. But we not just going to keep saving and saving. We got to make some moves. But you got to build that discipline and that muscle first. So do the small thing for me, right? Don't go to no stores that you don't need to go to on your just your everyday moving in and out of traffic, right? Gain some discipline, right? Say no sometimes. You don't have to go eat $20 lunch every day with your coworkers. And I'm talking about being selfish because yes, you said you wanted to buy your dream home in 2023. I'm not worried about Chipotle today. I gotta buy this house for my kids. Right?
Yes.
I'll get Chipotle next week or whatever. Or I'm gonna go somewhere today different. It's the mindset, it's discipline. If you could save $30 to $40 a day, hype yourself up, be excited about that. Be like, yo, I could do $100 a week. Set a small goal. Take
Mhm.
the necessary action steps to hitting a small goal and watch you be so happy with yourself. If y'all have my mindset and money planner, we have a habit tracker in it. You can write down every single day in your purse, take it to work with you while your coworkers are talking about their weekend on lunch break. Be inside your book. This is serious. You
Yes.
track everything and know what's going on. You'll get to learn more about yourself. Read them bank statements. Oh, dang, I didn't realize I've been at Home Goods all these times. Yes, you really love Home Goods. So now figure out a way to stay away from Home Goods because that's where your money is for your house. It's going into Home Goods, right?
That's good. That
So
is
I want
good.
to give you guys this challenge. If you could save $100 a month, you need to have my money planner so that it can help you guide you through this. But just set yourself a small, tiny goal. I promise you, when you get a result, it automatically gives you this adrenaline in your brain, like a piece of confidence. When people feel a piece of confidence, they now have hope. Now I
Absolutely.
got this small
Absolutely.
piece of hope. Now I'm like, yo, I really can do this. But we
Hmm.
gotta keep going. Right. So that's something that I want to challenge everybody to because small bite-sized pieces is simpler, it's easier, it's better, especially if this is something that you're not used to doing.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
myself,
Absolutely.
or whoever I can push myself to do $1,000 a month. Some people don't spend $1,000 a month. Some people may be happy if they could save $500 a month, right? Stay
Right.
in your lane and do what's for you. But listen, don't run away from the challenge. The
I
challenge
love
is where
it.
you're going to build discipline. The challenge is where you're going to build muscle. The challenge is where you're going to build what you need to now get you to the next level. Because we can't say, I could teach you how to do $10,000 a month in your business if you don't even know what to do with an extra $500. So I think you have to really just stay in our lane and be okay with that and focus on what will be enough for us. But we can do that once we learn to live in our truth. If we can't even admit that we have a problem, then
Mhm.
I don't think it's nothing else anybody can help you with until you're willing to admit I gotta start somewhere.
Absolutely. And we had a comment from, like I said, from my coach that said small wins. Absolutely. Small wins they give you a little bragging right to stick your chest out. They do. And that was a great challenge. And I'm even thinking about, just like money that I make in certain places, I'm thinking about pushing it over and just putting it into my business account because it's almost like I know I need functioning stuff for business, but I know my business expenses are not astronomical. So that will be a way. That's someplace. That's good ground to put it. So, or you got to name your money. Like name your money too.
Yeah.
Make put. I tell one of my friends said, well, I'm going to open my bank account in this bank, and I said, well, right, that's your first bank account because then you're going to have at least four banks because FDIC is only going to support up to $250,000, and you're going to have $1 million cash and all. So that's what you build yourself up to like
Love
what
it.
you're saying, build up, and when you see the money adding up, that's small wins. And then it becomes a habit. It formulates the habits. And like your planner is awesome. It does make you very accountable to write down things and you just look at it like, well, why didn't I think of this? Because you thought of it.
And also too, I wanted to say the last thing, if it's any women who are on here and are serious about growing in their business with money and mindset, I would love to have you in my private community. We currently have 88 paid membership women, and you can inbox me, message me, or we'll send out the information to get you access to the mini membership. Is really awesome. This is for highly motivated women in business, a really, really inexpensive mini membership, we call it, right? Because everybody's not ready for my level of coaching, but we have a mini membership where the most important thing, entrepreneurship is not meant to be done alone. This money thing is not meant to be done alone. These mindset growth and these childhood pre-programmed mindsets, like
Hmm.
trauma, is not meant to be done alone. So that is strictly what my community is. We get to it together, holding ourselves accountable, doing goals, what we're doing in our business, sharing resources. I do live trainings. We do meetups in different cities, and it's sisterhood. And it's just women in business, and we just get into the bag and come in how we are.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so you have a website that people can connect because you said you are I am Musalima on Instagram. Like I said, that is where I met you and been knowing of you for a few years now and following you. But do you have a direct website that people can connect as well?
I don't. I think it's on the Instagram, or I can share the link with you and we can drop it after here.
Okay, all right. And I'll put that of course in the comments and on the notes. That'll be awesome.
Thank you. I
Awesome.
appreciate it.
You are so welcome. Oh my goodness, this has been amazing. I know you have so much more that you can talk. We could see you asked me about
I
how long,
know.
and you look and you said, "Wow, it's been 2 hours." Because you can go through and talk through so many different things that will enhance and help people. But those who are watching the replay, come back and connect. And of course, if you still need to connect with Miss Lacrisha Thomas. Of course, I can connect you to her, and we'll just stay connected like that, back and forth, because we're open to help one another. And like you said, we lock hands, hold hands, and help each other get up so that we can level up and get our money and make it and put it to good use and make that impact. And of course, I have a. Do you have any final words for us as we go, as you go, and just one final word? What's one thing you would give to somebody, say, I just really need something to help me thrust forward from where I am right now, no matter what, if, whatever level of income, but just, speak from your heart. What's one thing you would give people to thrust ahead, which you've given so many great nuggets tonight, but go ahead and share that.
For that person that's looking like, hey, what am I doing? Whatever the case may be, I would say sit down and really, first thing I would tell them to do is do this, right? Sit down and get you a journal, get you a piece of pen and paper, write down your thoughts, right? They call this like a brain dump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Write down your thoughts. This is what I want that person to do. I want you to write down in your journal, who are you? What do I want? And where am I going? I want you to write this down. You can do this tonight. It doesn't take long. If you put it off, then you're running from your truth. If you think it takes 20 minutes, then you're running from your truth. Just write it down. Who am I? What do I want? And where am I going? You need to know these three things. You will not wake up tomorrow and find purpose. I found purpose in 2017. I was selling cupcakes out the trunk of my car 11 years ago, right? I found purpose through trial and error, through going through my journey, hit rock bottom, and then found purpose because I did not stop going. I never planned to be in finances. I never planned to talk about this mind. You know how long it took me to build community talking about mindset and money? Nobody wants to talk about this. I think the hardest thing in the world to do. But it's because I felt and I know that it was so necessary because nobody's talking about it and we really need it.
Yeah.
It's time to face our truth. We no longer playing victim about what grandmama with mom did and all these things and who didn't teach you what. It's 2023. It's game out here. It is incredible, high integrity people out here that's teaching if you're willing to learn and you have to be willing to invest in yourself. So what I want you to do tonight, you can even use your notes on your cell phone when you log off of here. Dang, I never really thought about that. What do I really want? Is it really the dream house or do the kids really want it? Is it really to start the trucking business or is that really what hubby want? What do you want? It's fine for those people to have their wants and needs, but what do you want? Write this down tonight. Who am I? What do I want? And where am I going? After you write those three things down and you figure it out, the second action step I want you to do is write down and say, how many, do I have an hour or 2 hours a day to really put to myself? The second thing you got to learn is discipline. Once you figure out who you want, what you want, and where you're going, you got to create some level of discipline. Discipline you can't gain discipline being around a lot of loud, right? See, not everybody, but a lot of women's issue is their environment, is people, places, and things. You have to be willing to turn stuff off at least for a year. I'm gonna say minimum 6 months if it's new for you. If you ain't never done it before, I'm gonna say 3 months. Give yourself just to the end of this first quarter. Watch how productive you be. Watch how much money you can make. Watch how much things you start to really get done in life when you learn to block out the noise from life.
Yeah.
But in order to be able to block out the noise from life and really zone and tap in, you got to be comfortable with you. See, a lot of people not even comfortable with themselves. That's when they go back to the mindset of the self-development. People are afraid to sit with themselves, so they do entertainment, they drink, they party, they be everywhere, or they gotta be busy. People like, you live alone? Yeah, I be by myself a lot. Oh, you like that? Yes, I love it.
Yes.
Love it. So much so that I gotta force myself to do different things, right?
Me
Because
too.
I'm okay just sitting with self. This is a place where people run from. It took me a long time to get to this place. I know what being fake busy is like because you running from something. You're not comfortable to sit in who you are and what you're really doing because you don't know. But the longer you run from it, the longer it's going to take you to figure out who you are, what you want, and where you're going.
Wow. That is so good. You said fake busy. Yes. I know you're like, I said so much more, and that's all she pulled out. No,
No, I used to be it. So I know how it is. I never speak anyone else's TED talk. I don't have any college education. I speak this from personal experience.
Right.
Everybody that know me know when I teach, you're only going to hear me talking about personal experience. I never speak about anything else, and I have so many stories. I have so much truth, and I openly live my truth, and I'm
Mhm.
okay with that because it helps a lot of women, and I've been able
Yes.
to do help hundreds of women throughout the years, just being comfortable in my truth.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
hey, like, yeah, I had a repossession, or yeah, I had an eviction notice before, and all these things. But guess what? I can teach you how to buy the building now.
Right.
So it's not about that. You know what I'm saying? It's about being transparent so other women can relate to us, because a lot of them aren't comfortable in who they are because they feel like they're the only one. And I felt like that before, and I know that it sucks,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm okay with who I am and how I'm coming. And I think I know that when women get to this place, they're going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Because when you can tell your own story, nobody can hold it over your head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you can move forward in the things of making the money, and because you had the mindset to know how you're going to name it and place it so that you can make an impact and help other people and pull other people up. But the first thing is, I've heard so many times, you have to put the mask on yourself first. If you know those who fly, they tell you put the mask on yourself in the event of an emergency. Pull
Yep.
the mask down and put it on yourself first, and then help others. And I said, well, if everybody's putting the mask on themselves first, you don't have to worry about it.
Help us anybody else, right?
Right, unless it's a child literally that is struggling and cannot do it, or what have you. But that's the thing. We're looking at putting a mask on ourselves, but of course it does take help to show us, because the lady does, or the stewardess or the steward does instruct on how that is to look. So someone still instructs, but
Yeah.
they're telling you in the instruction, put the mask on yourself first this
Yeah.
way, and then so we're here to instruct, and I mean it's been amazing. I have to have you, have you back again. Hopefully one day I get down to the Queen City, or in your travels, we'll get to meet face to face. And
Yeah.
I would love that. But I'm continually following you, and I want to hear more about your mini community that you have, to look to connect with that and go from there. And we're just excited that you were able to come on, and I would bid you best wishes as this year keeps going for you, that your business grows even more, even larger, even better, and just keep helping the ladies. And if there's anything we can do, connect, you and I connect to work that together, then that would be wonderful as well. So looking forward to inbox me money right now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for the opportunity. And the same likewise. I'm here, so whatever I can get in, where I fit in. Just let's just be awesome. Let's rock this year out. And I don't care how big or small the goal is. Do better than last time. Do better than last time. And just focus on being a powerhouse. Also, when you are a powerhouse and a viable player, the money come easy too. So you don't
Mm,
want to work as hard no more than focus on being an asset. Because when you're an asset, you don't got to work as hard.
right, because you're answering.
You
You're the answer.
They invite you to the tables. You get in rooms and buildings you never been in. People really want to work with you when you add value to your space, and when you're really a powerhouse. When you really get results and making money, people want to work with you. The referrals come. The calls come, the emails come. So focus on being a powerhouse. I promise the money is going to come. And we're talking about longevity. You be in business for so many years. Just continue on being a valuable player, and whatever you do, just be awesome in that thing.
Absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. Well, we thank you again for being on Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And let's say and I love this. I look as we're going out, like I said, my great friend Artemis said, you are the answer. Absolutely. We are the answer. We focus on those small wins, put a plan in place, tell our truth, focus on our truth, and then let that catapult us so that we have a better mindset. Then yeah, we will become the answer just basically by our own stories. So all right, well, thank you so much. We look We can talk. I think we can talk for another 20 minutes. But look, we're going to get off of here and have a great evening. And thank you once again for coming on and spending your time with us.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we have had another powerful session on Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And of course, I am your host, Ayanna Smith. I help people make and save money. I'm also a financial broker in the insurance industry, well, life insurance industry. And we're just excited that you were able to come. Please like, share, replay. And as you are going on your way, please connect with me at Ayanna Smith, AskAyanna.com, and go to my Instagram and Facebook pages to make sure that you connect and we stay on that social media connection and we are all prepared. And also, don't forget, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because that's where you will get notifications and hear all of the previous shows collected in one space, and you'll hear different things. And we're just excited to be here and help you to grow. So you've been on Money Talks with Ayanna Smith and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.